Hey everyone, it's really late and I wasn't going to record this originally because I'm recording this at 2 a.m. Fuck it. Uh, I'm just leaving the theater for Dune 2, which I had planned to see at the IMAX Fan First event last Sunday, but my friend's birthday had come up. He had planned it for that day. And it was a pretty cool thing that he had planned, so I didn't want to miss out on that. Like, I was like, I can see Dune any fucking time. It'll probably be in theaters for like a month and a half, if not 2 months. It's gonna do really 2 months. It's gonna do really fucking well. I could just tell from the fact that my theater that I went to, the AMC I went to, they had a I was like, fuck, I would love to go Thursday night since I can't go Sunday. The latest showtime they had was 8:30 p.m. Literally at like 2 p.m. today, like 2 or 3 p.m. today, they added a 10:30 p.m. showtime. And by the time that showtime came around, at this theater that doesn't usually fill out, even for big movies, like I don't want to say, to be fair, like Madam Web would only have like 2 people if they dropped a 10:30 p.m. showtime last minute in fucking IMAX, even on opening night. But it was like, I would say it was like 70% sold out. And I was like, that's pretty good for this theater over here, which lets me know that this movie's going to do really well, because I checked the 7 p.m. time, or that they had playing before the one I went to, and it was fucking packed. I didn't obviously go at 7, I had work. But I was just blessed that I could go see it opening night, and honestly, I cannot wait to tell you my non-spoiler thoughts on it, because I do think I want to do a spoiler discussion once I rewatch the first one again, because I watched it 3 times in theaters when it came out in 2021, but I haven't seen it since then. But I am knowledgeable on it, because I've also read the first 2 novels, both being Dune and Dune the Messiah. So going into this, I was anticipating basically, most part, what I kind of knew to expect. This was going to be more of a epic training movie with Paul and the Freeman, and then as well as moving forward, this was going to have a lot more action. I kind of knew where it was going. I don't want to like say much, because like at minimal details, I know people would get fucking pissed if I spoiled, even if you know, I mean, I'm a small channel that no one might come across. It's just I don't want to say anything, so I'll save it for when I see this movie a second time on Sunday, and hopefully have the chance to rewatch the first one. I'm probably going to do that tomorrow, either morning or really, really late at night tomorrow, because I'm going to a musical tomorrow that I'm pretty excited about. But I fucking adored this film. About like 30 minutes in, I could just tell, I was like, this is like truly a special event to be seen on the big screen, even more than the first one, which I thought seeing it on the big screen, as big as possible, was just gorgeous. It was so much to fucking take in, the world of Arrakis, which you think you spend a prominent amount on the first film there. For people who don't know where the story goes, you spend a lot of time here and learning even more about the culture of the Fremen and the people who live there and the surrounding areas of Harkins, and you learn more about the Atreides family themselves in this film, but it's all on Arrakis pretty much. So, you know, you get to really take in and breathe in that spice, you know. By the way, this is sponsored by Coca-Cola Spice. The new flavor is not. I don't know why. I have a can in here, and I was going to take it into the movie, and I forgot. And like an hour and a half in, I was like, I should open my soda now. I'm like, fuck. I didn't have it. So, bummer. I did get that Dune popcorn bucket. I'll show it at the end here. There was so much to take in with this film. It's such a gorgeous looking and sounding film. There's always that debate where when you have an epic film by Denis Villeneuve or Christopher Nolan, specifically Christopher Nolan, people say you can't hear the shit he's talking about because the score and sound is so fucking loud. And I was like, I suppose that's true. It doesn't really affect me, other than sometimes I can agree that the sound editing on his films are off. This film, with Denis Villeneuve, he just likes his movies fucking loud. If you've been to the first Dune, if you saw Blade Runner 2049, which I did in IMAX with my brother, with my dad and my brother, loud as fuck when I saw that in a theater. And seeing this, I was just in the IMAX theater, and usually like an IMAX theater, it's like, yeah, it's loud. It's the right amount of loud that I like. It doesn't go too far. Like sometimes the Dolby theater, while I have fun at it, it does go like really far for my ears. They just don't love bass. Unless I know I'm going to a concert and I can prepare for it. With a movie, it's not always like that. I was like, I knew this would be a bit loud in IMAX, probably louder than the average film. It felt like I was in the Dolby theater for most average films. That's how loud it was. So I was like, my review on Letterboxd was, I actually almost shit my pants. If I saw this in Dolby, I actually am concerned at parts I would not be able to handle it without being like, because it was like, holy fuck at parts. I think that as a character, I like Paul Atreides in the first film. I grow to kind of like him in the book. It's a very interesting read if you haven't read the novel. But I really think out of any adaptation I have seen between David Lynch's film, between the first film we have from Denis Villeneuve, I really got a liking and sense to this character. that I don't really think I felt ever since I've been a fan of Dune. It just really fucking culminates in such an epic way. And a lot of people in the theater, I think, thought this was the last one, like it's Dune Part 1 and 2, finishing that book. I'm not sure if people are aware that there's more to come. When I knew this film ended, I was like, it ends on a logical note, but it's not where you want to be for a final movie. And I don't think people know, especially this audience, I don't think any of them really read the novel, because there were so many moments where people were like, holy fuck, really? In this film? That I'll get to when I, again, talk about spoilers, that I just knew about kind of straight up, but it was still awesome to see. And holy shit, is it intense. Anytime Austin Butler's on screen, I was like concerned for my well-being. I know he wasn't going to kill me, but I was concerned that, you know, you just really feel it. It's so fucking intense. Gorgeous looking movie. Hands down, my favorite Denis Villeneuve, like, in movie on looks. I still think I like Prisoners a little more. That's just my personal favorite of his and might always be. But this is the next best thing from him. And in terms of the one that everyone's going to see and be talking about, this is an epic that's going to live on throughout time, especially as a sci-fi epic. I heard people walking out of there going, this feels like the fundamentals you get from watching a film like Lord of the Rings or watching the OG Star Wars trilogy. People really feel that impact here. And in a lot of ways, Dune did inspire Star Wars in a few ways, more than one that people might actually expect. But there's so much to this film and so much to take in that even on one viewing, I feel like I didn't take everything in. It's just so fucking good and sharp. Every performance is great. In particular, if I had to shout out a favorite, I mean, Timothée Chalamet is really the face and soul of this movie, and it might be his best, if not his next best performance I've seen in his career. It's incredible here. I honestly really like Zendaya in this film, and I think that if people don't know where the film is going, they might not know that she's an important character to come later, as well as Christopher Walken, who's in the film for a bit, playing the Emperor. And I think if people know those two characters, they're going to go far in Dune Messiah, and I cannot await it, dude. It's almost like I want that film now, but it's better to wait. I just know I have to fucking wait. All of us have to wait. We just got to get prepared, because it is coming. Honest to God, if I just have to give it a rating right now, for me, just riding off the hype of it, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It's a gorgeous film. All the visual effects just look so real. It takes you into that world and does not let you... It doesn't give you room to breathe. It really is an intense as fuck movie. At times, like, even when I said this with the first Dune, I was like, at times it feels like a horror movie. No, Dune is a tragedy, a deep fucking harrowing epic that adapted as well as it is here. It feels genuinely like a horror movie that you are living in. It's really fucking good, and yeah, in my opinion, right now, best movie of the year. It's only the 10th film I've seen this year in a theater. That doesn't mean jack shit to some people, but to me, it's a perfect film. I would give it a 10 out of 10. I think he's nailed it here. And I think you have to pair it with the first one. And I originally rated it a 4.5. I have to see where it would be, but honestly, it might just make it more perfect having them culminate together. So yeah, 5 out of 5 to both films. Adored it. And yeah, I'll see y'all for the next film. Bye. Okay, before I go, I did just literally forget. I said I was going to show off my Dune bucket, which I put my poster in here because I could roll it tight enough to fit in the little Dune hole. You know what I'm doing with this later. Fucking cannot believe this shit. I actually like the simple design of the different fractions in the world, like Arrakis and, you know, the Emperor, all that stuff. It's really cool to see it all on here. It's a very simple design for a bucket. You know that they were really just showing off this fucking topper, and God knows what you could do to this thing. Anyway, yeah, sorry. I forgot to show it off because I'm getting food right now. But yeah, stay tuned for a Dune spoiler review, and then after my Dune spoiler reviews, besides my new series that I'm starting, Maybe You Should Watch This, where I do a small video every day, pretty much just expect that, I don't think you're going to get a video until after South by Southwest, because I'm going there next week, and that's a lot of shit to deal with, and so... but I will try and vlog there, and I will definitely try and review everything that I see there once I get back home, because it's a lot. My brain's going to process. I'm kind of doing most of it on my own, so I got to be prepared for that. So yeah, stay tuned for huge South by Southwest shit. I can't believe I'm going to that. That's going to be crazy. I hope it goes well, and I don't just give up and miss everything. But yeah, other than that, Dune spoiler review probably later this week before South by Southwest, I would hope. And that's it. Go see Dune 2, please. Let's get this movie to a Dune $1 billion. A Dune billion. A Dunillion. $1 Dunillion. Let's do it. Okay, guys, let's Dune it. I'm gonna fucking stop. Dune puns are so stupid. Bye.